Hey explorers! Welcome back to LinguaQuest English, where we discover English and life skills together. I'm so glad you're here because today's topic is one that truly changes lives: discipline. Now, before you sigh and think, oh no, not another lecture about waking up early or working non-stop, relax. That's not what this episode is about. Today, we'll explore real discipline. The kind that's simple, human, and gentle, yet powerful enough to transform how you live and learn. So, grab your notebook or just listen closely, because this one might help you see discipline and yourself in a completely new way. Let's start with what discipline really means. When most people hear the word discipline, they think of punishment, strict rules, or even military-style routines. Wake up at 5 a.m., run 10 kilometers, no sugar, no Netflix, no fun. But real discipline is not about punishing yourself. It's about keeping small promises to yourself, especially when no one is watching. Think of it this way. If you say, I'll study English for just 10 minutes today, and you actually do it, that's discipline. It doesn't matter how small it seems. That small act is a signal that you can trust yourself. And self-trust is the foundation of confidence. Every small promise you keep is like adding a brick to a house, the house of your self-respect. The more bricks you add, the stronger your confidence becomes. But here's the problem. We often think discipline means doing something big. We say, from tomorrow, I'll exercise for 2 hours, eat perfectly, study for 5 hours, and read 3 books a week. And then, after 3 days, we're exhausted, frustrated, and we quit. Why? Because real growth doesn't come from doing one big thing once. It comes from doing one small thing again and again. Make your bed in the morning. Drink water before coffee. Read 1 paragraph. Write 1 sentence in your journal. These may look tiny, but they build momentum, and that momentum becomes strength. Remember this line: consistency beats intensity every single time. Now, let's talk about how discipline actually works. There's a simple model called the habit loop. It helps us understand how habits form and how we can change them. The habit loop has 3 parts: cue, routine, reward. Let's take a simple example. Your alarm rings in the morning. That's your cue. You drink a glass of water. That's your routine. You feel fresh and awake. That's your reward. This small loop tells your brain, hey, this feels good. Over time, your brain starts to connect the cue with the reward, and the action in the middle becomes automatic. Now here's the smart part. If you want to change a habit, you don't need superhuman willpower. You can just change the routine, the middle part. Let's say your cue is stress. Your current routine might be scrolling on your phone. Your reward is relaxation. You can keep the same cue and reward, but replace the routine. Maybe take a short walk, or stretch, or breathe deeply. The structure stays the same, but your behavior changes. That's how discipline becomes easier. It's not about fighting yourself, it's about designing smarter habits. So instead of saying, I'll stop wasting time, say, I'll change how I respond when I'm bored or tired. That small shift can completely change your life. Now let's move on to the mindset behind discipline. Discipline isn't only about habits, it's also about how you think. Your mindset is like the operating system of your life. There are 2 kinds of people: proactive and reactive. Proactive people make choices before problems come. Reactive people wait for problems, then respond with stress. Here's an example. A proactive person might plan their study schedule on Sunday night. They decide, I'll study English for 20 minutes each morning. Then, when Monday comes, they're ready. A reactive person, on the other hand, waits until Thursday, realizes they haven't studied all week, and then panics before a test. Which one do you want to be? Being proactive gives you a sense of control, and that's a powerful feeling. It reduces stress and helps you stay consistent. Another part of mindset is vision. Vision means knowing what you want your future to look like. If you can imagine yourself speaking fluent English, that picture becomes your guide. When you have a clear vision, every small step feels meaningful. Instead of thinking, I have to study, you start thinking, I'm building my future. But there's one more thing we all need to remember. Stop comparing yourself to others. Compare yourself only to who you were yesterday. If yesterday you studied 5 minutes and today you studied 10, that's progress. If last week you made excuses but this week you tried again, that's progress too. Discipline isn't about perfection, it's about direction. As long as you're moving forward, you're growing. Next, let's talk about something people often forget: energy and focus. Discipline is not only about willpower, it's about managing your energy wisely. Think of your self-control like a battery. When you wake up, it's full. As you make decisions during the day, what to wear, what to eat, what to do next, your battery slowly drains. By evening, it's low. That's why it's harder to say no to junk food at night or to start studying after a long day. You're not lazy, you're just low on energy. So what's the solution? Recharge your battery. Get enough sleep. Take short breaks. Do something that relaxes your mind. Even 5 minutes of calm can reset your energy. And here's another truth. Discipline also means focus. You don't need to do everything at once. In fact, trying to do too much is one of the fastest ways to lose motivation. There's a phrase in English, to spread yourself too thin. It means doing too many things at the same time and not doing any of them well. If you try to learn English, play guitar, start a diet, and write a book all in 1 month, you'll feel frustrated. Instead, focus on what truly matters right now. Choose 1 or 2 important goals and give them your best. When you focus deeply on fewer things, you go further, faster. That's real discipline. Saying no to distractions so you can say yes to what matters most. Now, let's come back to the heart of this lesson, the true meaning of discipline. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is love in action. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't do it because it's fun. You do it because you care about your future self. It's a small act of love. The same is true for saving money, studying English, or exercising. These actions protect your future. Every time you keep a small promise to yourself, you're sending a message. I can trust me. And that's the kind of confidence no one can take away from you. Even if you fail, and you will, because we all do, come back again. The key to discipline isn't never falling, it's always returning. Each time you return, you grow stronger. So don't wait for motivation. Start small. Stay kind to yourself. Keep moving forward. That's how real discipline feels. Kind, patient, and powerful. Let's review some important words and expressions from today's lesson. You can repeat after me or write them down in your notebook. Consistency, doing something regularly, again and again, without stopping. Example, she improved her English through consistency, just 15 minutes every day. Cue, a signal that tells you to start a habit. Example, my alarm clock is my cue to drink a glass of water. Proactive, acting early, before problems appear. Example, I was proactive and planned my study time last night. Reactive, waiting until something happens before you act. Example, he forgot to study and reacted with panic before the exam. Resilience, the ability to recover after difficulties. Example, she showed resilience by trying again after making mistakes. Self-control, the ability to stop yourself from doing something you want but shouldn't. Example, he used self-control and avoided checking his phone while studying. Spread yourself too thin, trying to do too many things at the same time. Example, she spread herself too thin by working, studying, and learning 3 new skills all at once. Now, choose one of these words and write your own sentence in the comments. That's your mini homework for today. Before we finish, let's remind ourselves why discipline matters. Discipline is not about being strict. It's not about being perfect. It's about progress, slow, steady, and meaningful. Every time you choose to show up, even when you don't feel like it, you're training your mind to believe in you. And that's one of the most powerful forms of self-love. So, take a deep breath. Start small. Stay consistent. And remember, your future self is already thanking you for every little step you take today. That's your English quest for today. If you learned something new, give this video a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more English and life skill lessons. You're not just learning English, you're growing as a person. Until next time, explorers, keep learning, keep growing, and keep your promises. See you in the next quest.